Let me speak about adding value. Recently, I had a situation in my home, have several units that we rent for vacational purposes. And one of the units has a dryer. It's a little bit old, and the dryer basically started to malfunction. So I have one of my renters, a weekend renter, that regretfully, well, she couldn't use the dryer, and she let me know, and we had to apologize. And immediately, I wanted to make sure that I fix it, not only for her but for the next guest that will come. I like to treat my people with the highest level of respect. So I did offer her that if she took a different alternative to dry her clothes, but if she needed a dryer, I have another unit, another place where she could actually, she was welcome to come and bring the clothing there, and she could use a dryer. Um, Interestingly enough, at the very same time, I have an extra refrigerator in my garage in my home, the main home in the property, and that also stopped working, start cooling on off. And what I did is I decided to call a service person. I didn't know who the service person would be, but I googled the whole thing out, and I came up with a particular company that they were more than willing to give me an appointment, and they said we'll be there next Monday, 10 o'clock in the morning. Is that good for you? And I said yes, perfect. The man came, and he checked both units. And the bad thing about it is that both units were it will cost so much less to buy brand new units than to repair those two units. So there was no repairs for them, and I thought that that was something that I could have decided my own without calling the serviceman. But you know what? Just trying to save a buck here and there, I did it anyway. Uh, when the man turned around and he gave me the bill for his visit, it came up to $125 for him to come over and say to me, "Your units are no good. Uh, just buy new ones." I know that his company that he works for actually sells these units, brand new and used ones. And I said, it's an interesting thing here that you just spent about 15, 20 minutes between these two units checking them out, and you want to charge me $125. I'm a bit concerned with that amount of money, but if your company is willing to put some of that money towards, giving me an opportunity to use some of that money towards buying a brand new equipment, I would be happy to consider going there to your place and buying the different appliances. And what they what he said to me was, well, you could speak to the boss. I know he has done that before, and yeah. When you get there, speak to him and tell him what you are asking, and chances are he will take a percentage of what we're charging you and put it towards the new appliances. I said, great, let me go do that. So I went there and asked for the manager, the person in charge, and I told them, I'm here to pay you $125 for the service, but I was speaking to your guy, and I was telling him that it would be so good if you could take some of this money that I just gave you for those 20 minutes for you to tell me that my units are not working, and you could take a percentage of that and put it towards a new appliances that I would like to purchase here. The man actually was very arrogant, very difficult with me. He basically looked at me like, "Are you crazy? That's what it costs to go to your house. We are not going to mix one thing with the other. And if you want to buy something, go ahead and buy it. But you pay the price for the new appliances, and what you paid for the serviceman to go to your house is absolutely not going to be included or calculated into the prices." Now, he could have said it nicely, and I would have understood it because I have been in business myself, and I could understand business very well. So, but it wasn't that. It was his arrogance. It was his how difficult he became. How distant, like I'm up here and you are down here. I'm the boss here, and you are just a mere customer. We don't care about you. And so my wife was already looking at the appliances. I went over to her, and my wife was actually talking to another customer there that was asking my wife whether it was a good idea for her to purchase an appliance there. And I said to that lady, when I met her, I said, "Well, I just spoke to the manager, so my personal opinion of the place just went down to minus the negative, went under, is in the red. My personal, I mean, if I was to give a review, I will give a -5 to this place." And just because of the way that he treated me, I don't care if he gives me the appliance for $1 right now. I wouldn't pay $1 for it. I'm out of here. And I walked away, and my wife and I left, and the lady left also. She was ready to buy, and she says, "Oh, is that how it goes?" So she also left. So this man's arrogance actually destroyed his potential for good business. There were 3 good customers there, ready to spend their money into their place, and he literally chased them out with his attitude and his body language and his temperament. It was horrible for us as customers, and terrible for him because he did not get the sale that he should have gotten that day. I hope that he's the owner, because if he's the owner, then he could take the hit. That's something that he decides to do, and hey, that's his problem. But if he's a worker and the owner doesn't know that he's doing that, wow, that's something that needs to be brought to the attention of the owner of the company. However, I left that day and I went to another place, and there was a real, very nice, very welcoming older gentleman, and we went about the different appliances that we needed, and he did such a good work. He treated us with such respect that I didn't care if he would have charged me double for the appliances. It was the way that he was treating us that meant so much to me, and that's where I want to focus this time with you. It is called, and John Maxwell is a good proponent of what I'm going to say to you, is adding value to people. We must add value to other people. We must add value when we basically treat them with respect, when we honor who they are, and when we are there to basically help them and assist them and guide them, lead them, and be as helpful as we can be in everything that we do. Generosity is so important in the things that we do. We have to be generous with the information that we have, with the position that we have. The man had a position of power. He had the ability to say, yes, we could put a percentage of the money that you pay into the new appliances and then show me the appliances and then basically work with me. And that day he would have done very well because I was going to walk out of there with a refrigerator and a dryer. But he didn't do that. He didn't do that. And what he did is he's destroy his own opportunity. He closed his own doors. Okay? So you have an opportunity in your business, in your life. These principles are to be applied in anything and everything. You know, whether you are going to the store and you want to add value to someone and be generous to somebody. And generosity has something to do with your giving money. Generosity is to be able to give that you hold, that which you have, and to give it freely to the person that needs it. There are unmet needs in people's life, and if you have the resources and you have the ability to meet those needs, then do that. There are some people that when they are come to me and they have says, can I speak to you? And I give them the time and I listen and listen and listen and listen. I don't say anything. I just listen and listen. By the time that person finishes, that person is so released. That person is so happy, is so joyful. They shake my hand and they say, thank you, sir. I needed someone to listen to me. No one has been listening. You know, it's simple things in life that will add value to other people. You know, we sometimes want to throw around how much knowledge we have, how big we are, the position that we have, the authority that we have. And but there is a statement that I have heard John Maxwell said several times, and I agree with it wholeheartedly, and it is, no one cares how much you know unless they know how much you care. Thank you for listening. Ahmed Malave.